and we'll ask Vygantas to make yourself heard. Are you around?
Yes, I am still around.
Great. And share your screen. And
okay, thank you, Magnus. I will try to. Everybody sees this one? Yes.
Yeah. Now it's presentation mode. Great. Take it away.
So first of all, thank you, Magnus, and thank you. I would like to thank also other speakers. Super interesting presentations and applications. Hopefully, we can also connect and get in touch and do some collaborations. Very big thanks to Joachim to summarizing what the Smart Center is. It's a very good checklist to see. I have looked at it again, and we check off every single one of these, which is very nice. We are very proud. And so, Joachim, thank you for that. My name is Vygantas. I am a founder and also inventor in the little company called Zero Parallax Technologies. We are also, as all speakers in here, we are also very much into sensing and IoT and AI and electronics and hardware, and also optics and designs in the various hardware and things related objects. We have the Zero Parallax is mainly about three things. One is we have proprietary hardware, which is a parallax-free sensor technology. We are talking here about visual camera sensors as well as the thermal camera sensors. Because of the optical designs that we have done in-house, we are able to build some very wide-angle sensors, visual and thermal ones, that do not require stitching, which means that we can build systems with extreme resolution and extreme wide-angle field of view. So these proprietary devices, they're ready for production. We are starting some of them, sell some of them in a variety of countries, starting Q1 next year. The second part that we do is we use these sensors ourselves to offer a visual data delivery service. Like we like to talk in-house about the pixel delivery service. So we are all about visual pixels, lots of data and lots of visual pixels. So the services that are related to our sensors are mostly related to surveying, monitoring and alerting various conditions in large territories, large areas. And the third part that is important for us is the social responsibility in relating to data. One of the Joachim's points, big points, was also edge computing. Everything that we do is edge computed, and there is not a single frame of the image that is coming out from our devices. And this is something very important for us when we are building like smart city applications and other things. I will jump right in the first part. This is the hardware part of our company. This device has been developed for a specific customer. This is a machine vision sensor fusion device with the very high edge computing capacity, 200 degrees field of view, high resolution camera, and also our latest proprietary and absolutely first in the world 180 degrees field of view thermal camera with high resolution. There are some other features that you can ask later. We have the optics is designed by us, so we have uniform pixel density, which is good for the machine vision applications. We have full-on communication modules in here. Everything can be powered over Ethernet or directly. You have Wi-Fi, you have 4G, IMU units, GNSS units, etc. So these are modular devices that can house a lot of these kind of sensing sensors. So one of the largest applications today that we have, besides selling the hardware, is monitoring and alerting services for large areas. In specifically thermal monitoring service, and we have applications such as monitoring the large solar panel farms, the landfills for the waste management, forest areas for detecting early detection of fires, etc. So, and I will show you later how it could look like, so you can understand why this is so beneficial. We are not competing with other thermal, for example, devices, because they can do something we cannot. But yet again, nobody can see 180 degrees with a thermal device in one single frame. So additionally to monitoring and alerting services, we also are developing the software modules for monitoring and alerting for the purposes of preventative maintenance. And to give you one example, we are working with the underground mining OEM with the purpose of installing the thermal 180 degrees thermal device on the autonomous vehicles, and continuously scanning the changes in the electrical infrastructure within the mines. And as you know, before electrical infrastructure goes broke, they always have a heat signature. So every time that we can see a device, which of course we geotag it in the meanwhile, we can then alert and then inform the mine that they could have a problem, so they could schedule maintenance at a convenient time. All of our systems and all of our nodes are also, that's another part that Joachim mentioned. We are also very smart because they have the front part as well. So it's one, one access point to all the nodes, and they are highly configurable. If you can imagine having a 100 or 200 degrees visual or 180 degrees thermal unit, you can actually you can mark the areas that you want to measure. You can put different kind of thresholds for these areas. You can schedule the measurement so that when there is people or maintenance or trucks and whatnot coming into these areas, that you are not alerting them, but you can actually carefully schedule these parts. And of course, social responsibility mostly comes from the fact that everything that we have built, we have done ourselves. So from electronic boards and to optics, etc. And we employ the system on module devices that do absolutely everything inside the device, and we are only sending out like a snippets of information. Again, with the filtering and the configurations that have been sort of asked from this sensor. If you remember the amount of pixels in our 200-degree visual camera, and if you can imagine how much power would you need to manage that on the edge, we have several let's say very clever contraptions inside that are combining the things like NVIDIA Jetson family products with our own FPGA functionalities to optimize these processes and to have things like multiple frame rates with multiple resolutions in a single stream, where the clients have been asking us to do one stream low resolution high frame rate for the user interfaces, and then the really high resolution lower frame rate for machine learning and the AI applications, etc. So as many of you here, we also have built this up from the ground up. So every single optical component, every single electronic piece is done by us. And I have this little video. This is a little clip for you to understand what means 180 degrees thermal camera, thermal sensor. We cover with this device, with one device, we cover up to 2 hectares of the area. We have capacity and raw data that is measuring to very high degree of accuracy each pixel in terms of temperature. And then eventually we can encode the data and send it through to the cloud for the customers to see and to do what they wish to do with it. Of course, thresholding the temperature clusters, and again, highly configurable monitoring system for the thermal alerts. I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Vygantas. I have a small question for a quick one here. It's what is the max numbers of frames per second and cost?
Max number for frames per second and cost?
Yeah.
So one thing is that the thermal devices like these, we do not sell. We sell the service. The frame rate can be anywhere, depending on what your application is, but it can be anywhere from 5 to 30 frames per second, and sometimes 50 frames per second.
Okay, great.
If you need the data, right? It depends on the application, but there is nothing limiting us. We have enough power to combine 3 of such devices and still run on a single jet.
Thank you. Very good.